Welcome back to JB Sports. I'm your host, Sean Burton, and today is Saturday, but I said I was going to upload today, yesterday, so let's get into it. First thing, of course, happening tomorrow at 6:30, I believe, is the NFL Super Bowl, in one of the least anticipated matchups of all time. You're going to have the Philadelphia Eagles go against the Kansas City Chiefs. So, going into this game, like I said, least anticipated matchup, probably of the whole, out of the whole groups you could have picked, least anticipated, least wanted, and you know, you don't want it. I didn't want to see the Super Bowl. A lot of my friends didn't want to see the Super Bowl. Only teams that wanted to see a Super Bowl like this are the Eagles and Chiefs fans, because Eagles, they're like, oh, we want to show we can actually beat the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs are like, hey, we can beat the Eagles again. Go for the three-peat. So it's been dreading me because Washington was won by the Eagles, and I don't want to you just make that the reason I don't pick the Eagles, because I don't want to be like that. Of course, it hurt me a lot when the Commanders lost, but that's just what happens during the games, and it's just the NFL. It is what it is. We weren't supposed to be in this position, so love my Commanders nonetheless. But as the Super Bowl comes, I thought maybe they can win. Maybe this team can win. Back and forth in my mind between the Chiefs and Eagles. And my pick will be the Kansas City Chiefs. As much as I don't want them to win, I really don't want the Eagles to win either. I just feel like the Chiefs, the way it's looked so far this playoffs, it looks like they might be getting a little help from a certain type of zebra. And just overall, their defense has looked good, but their offense, that's the point where it's going to so. And for the Eagles, Saquon, he's going to eat. Saquon will play really good, but last Super Bowl, we saw what happened. Their defense just couldn't get it done at the end. And for the offense, it's really just Saquon that's making this offense kind of run right now. So, no pun intended. So I will go with the Kansas City Chiefs to three-peat. I don't want that to happen. I really don't want the Eagles to win either because I'm a Commanders fan. But you know what? I'll go Chiefs because that's just probably the logical pick, especially what's been happening recently with that team. So we'll go Chiefs. Other than that, NFL news. Soon, I hope I will have a mock draft episode out. That would be pretty good, but I'll have to figure it out because I'm doing it with people and I gotta figure out times. I will be posting a Royal Rumble punishment for not correctly guessing enough of the matches. So that will happen too. And then a third one, maybe some NBA stuff. But overall, once the NFL is over, I might go into free agency stuff, maybe some rumors, and I might go into the XFL or UFL, whatever it's called nowadays. And I might do that a little bit just for fun if you guys want to see that and maybe get an untapped market. But big thing is I will be going into NBA. I will be focusing on that more just because that's what's actually going on right now. And I think it'll be a lot of fun, especially for how my team's doing. The Rockets, they're doing pretty good. Lost today, lost a few games straight, so it's a little rough recently, but we'll get more into NBA. Speaking about getting more into NBA though, the NBA trade deadline was absolutely insane. Let me go from first few. This what was it? Let's say that's December. Let's go to the actual February stuff. So first trade, of course, Clippers trade Tucker to Jazz. Drew Eubanks, Patty Mills. Patty Mills, respect to that man. Clippers received those two. Jazz get Mo Bamba, PJ Tucker, a 2030 second round pick, cash considerations. So PJ Tucker on the move. Not a bad trade. I mean, I think it's fairly inconsequential to both teams. I mean, I guess the Jazz, the pick is nice, and Mo Bamba for the aura, but nothing too crazy. Of course, Lakers, Luka trade. Lakers get Luka, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris. The Mavs receive Anthony Davis, Max Christie, the 2029 first-round pick, and the Jazz receive Jalen Hood, Shafino, 2025, two 2025 second-round picks. Lakers, I think, have won this trade so far. I mean, AD looked pretty good, and Max Christie actually looked really good today. He got 23 points, but AD already got a no contact injury, so that's a little cause for concern. This one is gonna be crazy. Spurs acquire De'Aaron Fox from the Kings. Listen to this: Spurs receive De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. Okay, De'Aaron Fox, that first game, pretty good. Then we'll go Bulls. The Bulls receive Zach Collin, Kevin Huerter, and Trey Jones in a 2025 first-round pick via Spurs. This is a big one. Kings receive Zach LaVine, City Sissoko, a 2025, 2027, and 2031 first-round pick, 2025, 2028, 2020, and two 2028 second-round picks. Overall, I say right now, player-wise, the Spurs won the trade because De'Aaron Fox is a dog. Zach LaVine, he's older. I mean, he can still help. He probably will help the Kings, but right now it's looking like the the Spurs won. Bulls, Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, Trey Jones, not bad, but 2025 first-round pick is actually kind of nice. So, but we'll see where the Spurs land. Next one, Hornets swap with Thunder. Just some picks, nothing crazy. Mavs land Martin from 76ers. Caleb Martin and the Sixers. The Mavs receive Caleb Martin and the Sixers receive Quentin Grimes in a 2025 first-round pick. Not a bad trade, pretty even. I mean, Caleb Martin is not a bad player. I mean, Sixers, I guess I haven't really used him too much, so you'll see what he can do in the Mavs. But Quentin Grimes he's not bad. I like Quentin Grimes a lot. He averages 10 points a game, around 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He's a cool guy. 14 points in his last game versus Detroit. So not bad. Starting to pick it up in that team. He could be pretty good in the second round pick's pretty nice. Theis traded to OKC. Daniel Theis in the 2031 second round pick, and the Pelicans received cash considerations. Thunder really did it for the pick. I mean, they already released Daniel Theis, so he's nothing special. So no one really won that trade. No one really lost it. The Mavs in the 76ers, I mean, they are averaging about the same, but I think Quentin Grimes will kind of develop a little more, and then the second round pick puts ice on the cake. So, yeah, Theis, I mean, no one really won that one. Kings acquire Valanciunas from the Wizards. Jonas Valanciunas is actually a pretty good center still. I think he was kind of sought after from some teams. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, not bad. I think a lot of people thought he might go to the Lakers, but he did not. Wizards received Sidney Sissoko, so he got traded for the second time. He hasn't been averaging anything. He's 1 point, so nothing crazy. And 2 future second-round picks, so I'd say the Kings definitely won because City's nothing. 2 future second-round picks. The second round is always so hard to get right for pick-wise, so I'll say Kings win that one. Celtics trade Springer to the Rockets. The Rockets get Jared Springer, who 1.7 points a game, almost 1 rebound, 0.4 assists. I mean, I think this one was really just for the cap space for the Celtics because Springer had some. They get a 30, a 20, 31 second round pick, and we get a 27, 20, 30 second round pick. So not a bad. I mean, I wouldn't say this is one where you really win, but getting 2 second round picks and a player for just 1, not bad. Wizards land veteran Jackson. Wizards receive Reggie Jackson in a 2026 first round pick. 76ers receive Jared Butler, 2027 second round pick, 2028 second round pick, and 2 second round picks in 2030. I mean, not bad. I'm pretty sure that maybe both Jared Butler and Reggie Jackson have been released. I mean, Reggie Jackson hasn't been doing anything really this year. I believe he did pretty good. I think was it last year on the Clippers or something. He had some pretty good games, but so far nothing this year. He got released. I think Jared Butler he's still there, but Reggie Jackson has been released. So I guess you could say that the 76ers won that trade. A lot of picks for Reggie Jackson. So and in their second round picks, but you can hit in second round sometimes. Hawks steal Zeller to Rockets, Cody Zeller, and the 2028 second round pick in the draft rights to Alpha Kaba. Little trade there. Cody Zeller, I don't know if he'll help the team out too much. I think he's averaging he's not averaging anything. He's kind of just a guy to be there. He had four minutes last game, so uh, wait, that means Quinn Grimes. We'll see. So no one really won that. Pacers deal Wiseman to Raptors. So this one's interesting because James Wiseman a few years ago was what was it, second pick in draft, something like that, first, second, and now he's averaging 6 points and 1 rebound and no assists. So he hasn't really been doing too much. He was really high. He was really highly regarded in the draft, and a lot of people were kind of questioning it. Then he got hurt, and it's kind of really derailed his career. Raptors receive him in cash considerations, and the Pacers receive a 2026 second round pick. So he's not a bad player. I think he can still be good. He was okay on the Pistons, but nothing crazy. So yeah, I mean, Wiseman, we'll see what can happen. You never know. Maybe he comes back and becomes that somewhat of a type of player we thought he was going to be, but we'll see. Pistons land KJ Martin this time got traded to the Pistons. KJ Martin, honestly, not a bad player. Solid 3-point shooter, 6.4 points per game. Traded from the Sixers, and they got Sixers got cash considerations, and the Pistons also got 2 second-round picks. So, not bad. Another one, Suns deal Nurkic to Hornets. Hornets received Yusuf Nurkic, 2026 first-round pick. The Suns received Cody Martin, Fazili Mikic, and a second-round pick. Honestly, this one kind of a fleece by the Hornets. I think that the Suns just hated Yusuf Nurkic so much, and people did not get along with him so much that they said, "Here, take a first-round pick with him," because Cody Martin and Mikic only averaging like 7 points a game, respectfully, and they got also second-round pick. But I think first-round pick is way better in this trade. So another one, Pistons acquire Schroeder, and I'm talking like in timeline. So if another player gets traded again, I'm just gonna say who won it. Pistons received Dennis Schroeder from Jazz via Wizards, and Lindy Waters via Warriors, and the future second-round pick. And the Jazz received KJ Martin in a future second round. KJ Martin getting passed around, but like I said, he's a pretty good player. So we'll see. He was on, I want to say, the Rockets to begin his career, and then we let him go or traded him. He was all right. I mean, he did that. I think that he was in a dunk contest maybe, and did the airless basketball thing. That was pretty cool. But other than that, Raptors land Tucker from the Heat. The Raptors receive PJ Tucker, 2026 second round pick in cash considerations. And the Heat received Davion Mitchell. Honestly, I like Davion Mitchell a lot. I think he hasn't been able to kind of be the player everybody thought he could be. So he could be a great place for him, especially with Jimmy Butler gone, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But with Jimmy Butler gone, I think it's a great place for him to maybe go kind of flourish a little bit. So let's hope good for him. Bucks get Porter Jr. from Clippers. The Bucks receive Kevin Porter Jr. and the Clippers receive Marjon Beauchamp. Overall, I mean, Kevin Porter Jr., I believe drafted by the Cavs, traded to the Rockets, then Rockets, I think he went to the Clippers, but he could be a good player. He had some shining moments on the Rockets, but of course some stuff happened, so the team didn't let him go, traded him on. But Kevin Porter averaging around 10 points. The other guy not really averaging anything. So Bucks, they get a solid player in Kevin Porter. So I'll give them that. So this one's crazy. Hawks trade Bogdan Bogdanovic to the Clippers. Bogdan averaging a cool 10 points exactly, which is a good pickup for the Clippers, especially after losing Porter. And the Hawks get Terrence Mann. Which Terrence Mann, interesting. He hasn't been done much. Bones Highland, who they already released, and then 3 second-round picks, 2025, 2026, and 2027. This one, I mean, Bogdan, good three-point shooter, good for the Clippers to have. So I'd say, I guess, the Clippers kind of won, but the 3 second-round picks are nice for the Hawks because the Hawks, they might be moving away from Trae Young after this year. So we'll see what happens there. Bucks trade for Kuzma. So this one is Bucks receive Kyle Kuzma and Jericho Sims for 2025 and 2026 second-round pick. The Wizards receive Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, and a 2028 first-round pick swap, which is big. The Knicks receive DeLon Wright, draft rights to Hugo Besson in cash considerations, and the Spurs receive Patrick Balding Jr. in cash considerations. Honestly, Wizards win this trade. First-round pick out of all of these people, especially for Kyle Kuzma. And they get Chris Middleton and A.J. Johnson. Like, very good trade for them. They definitely win that one. So, sorry if my voice is a little scratchy. I commentated 2 games before this. Lakers acquire Williams from Hornet. This one is kind of interesting because Lakers needed a center. They get Mark Williams, who Mark Williams is having a pretty good year. Averaged around 16 points, almost 10 rebounds, so almost a double-double, and 2.5 assists. The Hornets received Dalton Kennett, which was just drafted this year. Cam Reddish, I was really high on him going out of college, but he was a really big boom or bust kind of guy, and so far he's been a bust. A 2031 unprotected first-round pick, and a 2030 pick swap. Overall, I think for both teams, the Mark Williams is really needed for the Lakers, so big win for them with that. But I do like what the Hornets got back for him a little more. Dalton Kennett can be a great player. Showed flashes in the beginning of the season for the Lakers. Kind of slowed down a bit, but I think he's going to be good for them. Cam Reddish, like I said, boomer bust kind of guy, but the first round pick and a pick swap are pretty good for them. The Cavs trade for Hawks Hunter. This is when everybody thought that Trae Young was going to get traded. But Cavs received DeAndre Hunter. Hawks received Karis LeVert, Georges Niang, 2 second-round picks and 2 pick swaps. I'm going to be honest, I think Cavs win this. DeAndre Hunter has been a 6-man, but scoring 19 off the bench. So he's been really, really good for the Hawks, even coming off the bench. So that's just, I feel like it's a missing piece that the Cavs needed for them to succeed. So I think that's going to be really good for the Cavs. Raptors, okay, next one, which is Warriors acquire Butler from the Heat. Warriors receive Jimmy Butler, 2 second-round picks and cash considerations. The Heat receive Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, and Davion Mitchell, which, big one there. 2025 protected first-round pick, which is insane. Jazz received Josh Richardson, KJ Martin, so Martin, this is when he finally went to the Jazz. A 2028 second-round pick, 2031 second-round pick, and cash considerations. The Pistons receive Lindy Waters III, Dennis Schroeder, in a 2031, and then the Raptors receive a PJ Tucker 2026 round pick and cash considerations. Like I said, Heat getting Andrew Wiggins is insane because Andrew Wiggins is actually really good, averaging around 18 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2.4 assists. He's a really good player. He was regarded as one of the better prospects a few years ago. And like I said, Davion Mitchell, I think, can really get some shine on a Heat roster without Jimmy Butler. Kyle Anderson, he's kind of a guy that like you're happy to have there, but doesn't do too much. And then a 2025 first round pick. So I really do think the Heat won this trade. I mean, Andrew Wiggins and Davion Mitchell are some pretty nice pieces to get. Warriors, I mean, Jimmy Butler, but I don't really think Jimmy Butler is going to work out there too much. I would have rather had Jimmy Butler go to another place because I just think he doesn't work out on the Warriors. I mean, he very much well could, and I could eat my words, but him and Draymond probably won't get along. Curry, I don't know. He might like him there, but Jimmy's a little bit of emotional diva, so. Raptors land Ingram in a 3-player deal. Raptors receive Brandon Ingram. Pelicans receive Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, first-round pick, and a second-round pick. I think Brandon Ingram will be actually very good on the Raptors roster and working with Scotty Barnes. Bruce Brown, not a bad player. 8 points per game. Kelly Olynyk, he's been in the league for a while. He's just bounced around. First round pick and second round pick, pretty good. I do like this trade a lot for the Raptors, actually. I think Brandon Ingram's a really good piece for them to have. He will be a free agent, so we'll see if he signs him back. But to finish the year out, it'll be pretty good for them. Wizards acquire Smart from the Grizzlies. The Wizards receive Marcus Smart, Kobe Jones, and Alex Len in a 2025 first-round pick. Grizzlies receive 2 second-round picks, Marvin Bagley III and Johnny Davis. And the Kings receive Jake LaRavia. Overall, again, a win for the Wizards. They're just racking up first-round picks. And Marcus Smart is a pretty good bet, especially if they draft a younger guy. Kobe Jones, I mean, he hasn't done much. And Alex Len is another guy who doesn't do much. So not really too important there. But Marcus Smart in 2025 is pretty good. Grizzlies, 2 second-round picks. Marvin Bagley, another one of those guys where he was supposed to be really good. I think he was first pick. And Johnny Davis, he's just kind of there. So I'm going to say Wizards wins that one. And Kings just kind of get a chill guy. But yeah, that was the draft deadline. I was surprised that I was surprised Trae Young didn't get traded by the end of it, because it was really looking like they're trying to clean house. Hunter gone, Bogdanovich gone. Like a lot of their key players kind of get traded out. They still have some other guys that are big for them, but Trae Young's future with the Hawks is looking a little bit murky, because he's led them to some playoffs and he's led them some big games, but they haven't really been able to get it done. Some of that was in those games. I mean, the supporting cast around him, maybe not good enough yet, but I don't think they're going to keep him for much longer. Don't know where he'd go, but he's a good player. He'll find a team, and I think the Hawks, it's one of those times where it's just a player on a team basically say, hey, listen, I think it's time for us to move on, which I think a lot of Hawks fans love Trae Young, and especially Knicks fans, they love Trae Young, and they love him at the Atlanta Hawks. But overall, I think he'll be gone. I thought he would get traded, but he didn't yet, so we'll see how that happens. Most surprising trade, I would definitely say the Luka trade. That one was insane. Max Christie and Anthony Davis, big first game back, of course, unfortunately. Much to my chagrin, it was against my Rockets. So not the happiest day for me, especially when I'm talking about trades. Because, I mean, we didn't really have to do much. I'm really happy we didn't trade any of our young core, because there's rumors we're going to try to get KD, which, like KD, he's a great player, but I don't think it's worth getting him, especially how old he is, and trading away some of our young players, because I really like our young players. And, Reed Shepherd has a 13-point game recently, really showing how he can be good. I think you should start taking minutes away from Fred VanVleet, because recently our problem is, as a Rockets fan, and I think everybody agrees with me, we haven't been able to finish fourth quarters out. We lost to the Nets twice in a row. We lost to Memphis because Fred VanVleet wanted to take a three-pointer with 5 seconds left and not give it to Jalen Green or, Amen Thompson, who had a game winner before. Dylan Brooks always getting in trouble because he's just mouths off to the wrong people. So we got some parts of the roster that are definitely tradable. I'd definitely say Freddie VanVleet, as much as he's done for us, I appreciate him. He's kind of tradable. And Dylan Brooks, that man can go. He can go. He's been funny. He's had some good games. A 10 3-pointer game, insane, great for him. But I think it's time he can go, because if you look at it, when those two are gone, the roster you're looking at, Reed Shepherd at the 1, Jalen Green at the 2, at the 3, Amen Thompson, at the 4, Jabari Smith Jr., who's going to be pretty good, I think, when he stays healthy, and then Şengün, which kind of insane lineup. And then on the bench, you got Cam Whitmore, Jashawn Tate, you got he's from Australia, forgot his name, Holiday. Like, we got some good pieces around. We got some great young pieces that are still developing. Like, we're talking about Amen Thompson being really good now. He's still developing. Reed Shepherd, he's developing. Jalen Green, not so much anymore. Şengün, a little bit more, but he's becoming a really good player. And Jabari Smith kind of injured, but I think he still needs some time to develop. So we can have a really, really good team. Cam Whitmore's a great bench player. Torrey Eason is a great player for us. He's been great throughout the year. So a lot of young players I like, and some of these older guys, veterans, I appreciate what they've done, but it's seeming like it's time to kind of move on from them. I think Freddie VanVleet is, like I said, a free agent in the all season, so we can kind of be like, hey, thank you so much, but explore some other options for us, please. And Dylan Brooks, I don't know when his contract runs out, but I wouldn't be mad if somehow we coerced a trade for him. I think that would be in the best interest for our team to try to get something for him, or just let him go in free agency when it comes to time, because he's funny. He has some great flashes, but overall he gets a lot of fouls and he causes a lot of trouble and drama. So would like to see him go somewhere else. Other than the Rockets and NBA news, other things going around. I mean, of course, NFL. It's getting in a mock draft season. And Commanders, I got a lot of people who could go first down, but again, I'll wait for that. NBA, I already talked about. Other than that, nothing really going on. If I missed something, just let me know. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. Subscribe.